everyone, it is Liam, the Deaf to Metalhead, and I'm doing an LP collection update because I haven't done one of these in a while, and I want to kind of get these all out of the way because I haven't done it in a while. So, I hope everyone is well. This is a year to the day that I started my YouTube journey, and it's been an absolute crazy ride. I'm now over 700 subs, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you to everyone genuinely who watches my videos and takes the time to leave comments, share the stuff. You know, people share my videos, which is crazy, and I love it to bits. So thank you to everyone that's made this whole year on YouTube worthwhile. It was only kind of a way to kind of kill boredom during lockdown, make some new friends, and kind of promote the band I'm in and get the kind of social media presence that you kind of require nowadays to kind of do the whole, you know, new release. Because we've actually signed a new contract for the album. That is all done. I have no idea when it'll be announced, but we've looked at LP variants the other day. They've been agreed, and yeah, really exciting times. But I've got literally no idea when it'll come out. Probably not this year, because as probably most collectors will know, LP pressings are taking ages, and putting an order in for one is looking like 2022 the earliest will be the time you get it. So I have no idea when it'll come out, but I can assure you it'll come out on a really cool label, and it'll be really easy to get hold of for people. So I'm very excited. Anyway, moving on. So 9 LPs to show. We'll kick off with this one now. Everyone showed this when it came out in March or April time. Snotty nose. And it was a band I was going to show in an update ages ago, but because everyone showed it, I thought I'll hold off and leave it. And that is the 13th studio album from Cannibal Corpse. This is Violence Unimagined through Metal Blade this year. And yeah, Cannibal Corpse, everyone knows them, been around forever since the early 90s. And this album had a lot of hype behind it purely because Eric Rutan's now in the band. He's from obviously Hate Eternal, was in Morbid Angel. He's a well-known producer now, has his own studio, has done loads of albums with all sorts of different bands. It's mainly Cannibal Corpse as well. And yeah, I was really excited to check this out, so I just pre-ordered it without listening to any of the tracks. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to be disappointed in it. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's solid, don't get me wrong. I bang my head, I enjoy it. Do I remember any of the tracks? Not really. Kind of goes over my head. It's just good death metal, you know. There's nothing that stands out to me. The only thing it could be is the solos are slightly different because you've got Eric doing them, and I can kind of tell the difference between Pat's solos and his. But riff writing wise, nothing is that different. The drumming's a little bit more upbeat, maybe. It's a little bit faster than the last two, the Red Before Black and Skeletal Domain, I think it was. But other than that, it's just a, you know, paint by numbers Cannibal Corpse album, which isn't a bad thing, you know. Don't get me wrong, you don't want a band changing their sound drastically. There's Eric Rutan there, if anyone doesn't know who he is. You know, killer dude, seen him live at Hate Eternal, and he's an absolute monster on stage. And yeah, this is a good album, but it's nothing too exciting that I'd go running to the shops to buy now if I knew about it, really. I'm being brutally honest. It's a cool little insert there with some artwork. And then the band members there, and a homage to the drummer's dad who sadly passed away, which is quite nice. But there's no lyrics included, so I haven't got a clue who wrote what. And that is the only downside of buying this one, because I know there's the uncensored version, which has, I think, more to it, and there's a bigger booklet and that kind of thing. That's the variant I've got there. But it is, yeah, like I say, very much a paint by numbers Cannibal Corpse album. I mean, the last decent Cannibal Corpse album I have is probably Kill. That I saw them on that tour actually, and that's a solid album, really heavy, really brutal. But these ones, the ones after that, they're okay. Torture's pretty decent, but yeah, this is good fun. But yeah, I wouldn't go woo about it like some other people have. Next one is a band from San Francisco, California. They're a death metal band, but they're quite unique in the vocal style. They have a frontman who does more guttural stuff, and then they have a female guitar player who kind of does this blackened death metal style vocal. And that is the band Vastum. This is their second full length called Patricidal Lust, something like that. Now, that cover gives nothing away, but this is, assure you, a really good death metal band. So this came out in 2013. I believe this is a repress. Through $20 spin on that kind of silver marble effect there. There we go. Insert, you can see a picture of the band here. So this is the lady in question who does most of the guitar work, all the leads almost, and the blackened kind of death metal vocals. And then this dude here just kind of throws himself around on stage, gets really in the crowd, and does his superb, like really brutal low-end caveman-like vocals. So it really blends the two really nicely. Now the booklet shows the CD album artwork, which I prefer. So it would have been nice to have a gatefold that looks like that, which is a shame, but you know, I think Pablo Girardi might have painted that. It looks like his style. If you don't know who that is, he's an Italian artist who does some crazy cool artwork for bands like Firespawn, you know, loads. Yeah. So yeah, really good album. Was after this one for a while, and luckily Dry Cough Records here in the UK, based in Manchester, are a distro for $20 spins. So when they get them in, I jump on them. So that's Vastum. Changing gears, this is Epic Doom from Sweden, and no, it's not Candlemas, but it's very similar. This is the band Sorcerer with their 2020 release Lamenting of the Innocent through Metal Blade Records. Formed in 1988, I believe. This is some stellar doom metal. So if you like Candlemas, Solitude Aeternus, you know, anything epic doom wise, you know, you're going to get a kick out of this. These guys are brilliant, but what really makes them strong is their vocalists. So the riff writing is very melodic, not as chuggy as Candlemas say, it's not as power chordy, it's a bit more flowing, should we say. But what's really good is the vocals, because he can do really low end stuff to kind of give it a really aggressive, angry effect. Then he does the kind of operatic highs and the mid-range stuff, and there's acoustic tracks in there with just clean singing all the way through. It's just a very varied album. So if you're a fan of like almost like Iron Maiden-esque kind of vocals, Judas Priest style almost, it has everything in there, that kind of vein. And what's really cool as well, it also has the current and original vocalist from Candlemas doing guest vocals on one of the tracks. And yeah, brilliant band, really enjoy them. And I found this really cheap, so I had to buy it. That's the guy there, he's the vocalist, bald chap. Really cool band, and that cover art drew me in instantly. So yeah, if you've not checked out these before and you like Epic Doom, go check out some Sorcerer if you will not be disappointed. Now this one was recommended to me in my comment section a couple of videos ago by a chap called Ruben. He said this is really good blackened kind of death metal, but more in the black metal vein. Now these guys are from Germany, and the band is called Thron. This is their 2021 release, Pilgrim, through Listenable Records. And he wasn't wrong. I checked this out when he recommended it, like I do everyone who recommends me a band. If they make the cut, I will try and buy them if I can. And this is currently on Amazon for about 12 quid in the UK, so if you want a 2021 release that I can 100% vouch for, go buy it now, because it's well worth your money. These guys sound like Necrophobic, like the Swedish blackened kind of death metal band. Also Watain, a little bit like Dissection as well in some parts, but these guys are absolutely amazing musicians. So you get full on assault, then you get some really melodic parts, some atmospheric parts, you get everything with this band. And if you go on YouTube, you can find these guys playing this live, and it's just amazing how good they are. German black metal bands always have that kind of raw edge to it, and these guys are no exception. Really, really cool band, never heard of them before. There's a picture of them in the back there, you can kind of make out what they are. The only problem is it's a full gatefold, but you can't see fuck all. I mean, the light kind of picks it up, but that's all you're going to see. Even when you look at it in person, it's really hard to kind of pick out that. But it's just black vinyl. The insert is just more of the same if I can get it out. I can't be asked. It's just lyrics. But yeah, really, really good album, so highly recommend that. Next one is one I wanted for a little while, and like I say, Dry Cough Records in Manchester. $20 spin distro. These are really hard to find on Amazon for a good price, and Dry Cough Records had it for a very sensible price, so I jumped on it straight away. And that is Two Mold with their 2019 album Manner of Infinite Forms, and that artwork is amazing. Based off a video game, but I'm not sure which one. You can tell me in the comment section below if you do know. But yeah, absolutely brilliant death metal. These guys are from Canada, and it's just solid. Even their 2020, is it 2020 or 2019? No, the 2019 album, which I need to pick up, kind of carries on from this, and it's just absolutely solid band. They absolutely churn out the death metal, you know, without even trying. So the insert looks like that. Really cool artwork there. And the lyrics on the other side. And the variant I managed to score, I think it was only one, so I was really chuffed when I picked this up. It was just looks like that. Very nice. And yeah, you kind of get like this autopsy-esque kind of sound, very much in the old school death metal approach. Very murky, dirty sounding guitars. Like, I imagine they're using maybe a JCM 800 Marshall amp, tube screamer, that kind of style. Plug in, you know, off you go. It's very much like that to me. But yeah, absolutely brilliant band, and I can't recommend this enough. Now, this one I blind bought, recommended to me by numerous people after watching YouTube videos and Instagram posts. You see this pop up everywhere. Came out this year through Profound Law. That is Suffering Hour with their latest, The Cyclic Reckoning. Now these guys are like a blackened death metal, but it is black metal, but it's got a death metal kind of touch to it. And yeah, blind bought this, didn't really listen to it at all. I kind of wanted to experience it myself through the stereo, listen to it on LP because it wasn't that expensive, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I'm fairly sure when the people that I knew recommended it, I was going to like it because I trust their opinion, and that, you know, it's absolutely spot on. Very much, it's black metal with like weird kind of dissonant chords thrown in, so they don't play the typical 4/4 stuff. They throw in these like weird chord changes, and it almost sounds like it shouldn't be played that way, but it works really well. Very weird atmospheric sounding stuff on there, and I love it, absolutely love it. Comes with this massive booklet which has got loads of lyrics and the full page of the band there as a free piece, I'm guessing. These are American, by the way, if I didn't mention that. And they don't do the whole corpse paint thing. As you can see, most modern black metal bands seem to be doing this kind of hoodie approach where they wear the battle vests, hoodies, masks, or eyeliner, whatever you want to call it. And it's, yeah, a bit weird how they all seem to dress the same, but it's the same with the corpse paint thing, I guess. You know, that's been done to death for me. I mean, some bands pull it off alright, but most of them now, they look hilarious, and they still do when I see them. I can't take corpse paint seriously at all. And yeah, just loads of lyrics in there with a massive font as well for old people to read. So yeah, really, really good album. Really happy I got this, because again, it was just a blind buy, and I wasn't disappointed. So that's Suffering Hour, so go check that one out. I'll obviously leave links below to all these albums for anyone interested. So this one I'm now going to show is a 2019 album that I meant to buy when I first started doing the whole YouTube thing. I've been listening to this since it came out digitally, but I wasn't collecting back then, and over the last 12 months or so it went up and down in price, and when I found it, it went really silly money, and then when I didn't have enough money to buy it when it was cheap, you know, most people know what I'm talking about. And that is Blood Incantation with Hidden History of the Human Race. This came out through Century Media. And these guys are amazing. I mean, a lot of people whinge about these being overhyped and that, but there's a reason they're hyped in the first place. They're that good. And you know, the die-hard people, oh, they're not that good. It's just like, it's more of an elitist thing with it. If it's too popular, you can't like it, which I think is absolute bollocks. These guys are fantastic, and I've watched these guys live on YouTube, and they are just as good as they are on the, you know, on the LP. Solid band, sci-fi themed, as you could probably guess. Most of these are also in a Death Doom band called Spectral Voice, which I absolutely love as well. And yeah, I can't tell you how good this album is. What's really nice is it does come with this weird booklet, and also the album on CD, which is there, which I'm very happy about because it means I don't have to spin this and ruin it. But it came with this booklet. It came with two of them actually, so I'm going to keep one, maybe put it in someone's VCLT in the future. But it's all about weird sci-fi conspiracies. I'll let you read the front of it there. But I'm going to send this to someone, and they'll probably think I'm some kind of nutter. But when you actually read through it properly, it does actually mention the band stuff, and the thank you notes are included in here as well, and all the bands that they recommend, and you know, there's all sorts of stuff going on, which I thought was really neat. Pictures of the band kind of merged into these weird conspiracy theories, propaganda and stuff like that. And yeah, absolutely killer band. And everyone knows this album, I imagine, showing this, but you know, I'm well happy to have this now. So yeah, Blood Incantation. Next is an Italian death metal band that put this album out last year through Candlelight Records. This is Blasphemer, or Blasphemer, with the 6th Hour. And yeah, look at that artwork, it's absolutely killer. So the reason I even checked this band out in the first place, I'm really into that kind of medieval, kind of religious themed artwork, not for the spiritual stuff or the holy stuff, more the macabre side of it. I don't know why, it just appeals to me. And this cover, kind of, even the sides here look really cool as well. But yeah, Italian death metal. If you know Italian death metal bands, they all have a similar sound, very razor sharp guitars, well over the top triggered drums, and these guys are no exception. It's absolutely fantastic. Insert has a picture of the band there. I did notice the vocalist is called Clod the Ripper, which I thought was hilarious. I mean, that's a terrible name. And the rest of the guys have just got normal names, but he's called Clod the Ripper. But yeah, lyrics on the other side there. And the actual LP, I think there's only one variant. There's no black variant. It comes this kind of blue with a red like splatter in the middle there. But yeah, sounds absolutely amazing. 180 gram vinyl as well. And yeah, absolutely great band. If you've never checked it out, strongly recommend it. It's just no nonsense death metal. Obviously satanic themes, anti-Christian themes I'm guessing as well, with the upside down cross. I haven't actually read the lyrics yet. So yeah, I'll put away that later. Check it out, Blasphemer, the 6th Hour. And lastly, a little bit of a grail almost for me. I didn't think I'd ever own this on vinyl. I'd have to spend silly money to get it on the CD. This came out in 2019 and is almost, you could, well, it is a supergroup. So it contains Dave Vincent of Morbid Angel fame, Flo from Cryptopsy on drums, and the main songwriter is Rune Eriksson, who was in Mayhem for a number of years. And that is the band Vltimas with Something Wicked Marches This Way. This was put out through Seasons of Mist and it is amazing. I will take the LP out first because the cover is all back to front in light of the artwork. So the spine is actually that way round, but the cover is this way round, and it opens up like that, but then it opens upside down. So yeah, it's just my OCD can't handle it. But if you look really closely, the detail in the cover is absolutely fantastic. There's so much going on. I love it to bits. As you work your way down, then you've got a picture of the boys there. Inside, it's then the right way up with thank yous, picture of the band again, some more artwork there, and then the insert looks like this. Picture of the band then. So you've got Flo on drums there, who's from Cryptopsy, amazing drummer. Seen him live in a tiny little venue in Norwich when Cryptopsy came and played, and it smashed the shit out of the place, and the place was a dump anyway, and when he started playing his drums I felt like the walls were about to fall down around me. It was amazing. Rune Eriksson here of Mayhem fame. He's a very prolific songwriter, and he wrote all the music for this album. And then Dave of Morbid Angel, looking like the Undertaker from WWF. He does all the vocals and wrote all the lyrics, which are on the back there. Now I was lucky enough to see these guys live just before COVID became a thing, and they were an amazing band, absolutely amazing band, and one of the better bands of the night when I saw them. They were with 1349, and they were all opening for ABBA when he was doing his second album tour when he sobered up, so he was playing sober when I saw him. Comes on black wax. And this is a first press, so this was pressed on 650 copies, and then it's been pressed after that 3 more times. But I actually found this in Aesthetic Death's distro in the UK. Stu had a copy of it randomly, and he's a guy known for his death metal, his black metal, very obscure stuff. To have that in his distro, I jumped on it straight away, so I'm well chuffed I found it. So yeah, Vltimas, go check it out. So thank you to everyone that stayed with me to the end, kept this under 20 minutes almost, what I'm quite chuffed about. Thank you to everyone over the last 12 months who's been watching my videos and generally supporting the channel, commenting, sharing it, liking it. You know, it really does mean a lot to me, and I'm very, very grateful. Over 700 subs now, which again, can't believe that's ever even happened. Like I say, the whole reason to do this was to make new friends, talk about music that I think should be spoken about, and kind of promote my music, my band, and that kind of thing, you know. And it's kind of grown into its own little beast. So again, thank you to everyone. Please like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And in the meantime, I hope you all take care, and I'll speak to you in the comment section below. Cheers!